Look out. Any size. Just like flies. Look out. Here comes Spider-Man. Welcome to a podcast called Fresh.
Hey y'all, it's a podcast called Fresh.
Hey yo, what up? It's your boy, Maps, Miles Power. We're here for, I guess it's episode 2, podcast called Fresh. This time I have with me my homie, my nemesis, brother in arms, Handsome Bane. How you doing, man?
One shall stand and one shall fall.
Why would you throw your life away so foolishly?
That is a question you should be asking yourself. Them niggas is so beefed.
Oh my God.
The Optimus Prime's name tasted like ass cheeks when it rolled off of my Megatron's tongue, bro. It tasted like ash in his mouth every time.
Side note, that's why I always say that nigga's name funny on the podcast, those who don't get that shit.
Yo, I'm trying to think the Welker, the voice of Megatron, oh God, the legendary now all of a sudden I can't remember his first name, but Welker.
Oh shit. Now I gotta Google it.
Anyway, just a genius with voices. I mean, this is the same dude. He gave you Megatron, Fred from Scooby Doo. Anything that has like any animal that has like a Frank Welker. Jesus, Frank. If you see me and you're obviously a white man. If you punch me, it'll be fine because I should always know that your first name is Frank. But Frank Welker gave us characters such as Megatron, Slimer. He gave us Slimer. I didn't know that. He gave us Abu and the tiger in the Cave of Wonders in Aladdin in the same movie. So Dr. Claw. So everything from to anything with a gravelly voice like that was Frank.
I just found out a while ago Optimus Prime did the voice for the Predator.
Peter Cullen. Yeah. It's fucking
nuts. Yeah. I didn't. I'm mad. He's literally Optimus Prime. But if I met him in real life, I'd be like, oh shit, Optimus Prime.
Right, yeah. Oh no. He would be like, hey, how's it going? He'd be like, yes, I am Prime.
He should be used to that by now.
Right, because he gave us he also was the narrator on the Voltron intro theme way back in the day, where he reads the little story about the Intergalactic Federation and all that. That's Peter Cullen, and it's like Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime talking about Voltron. So,
yo, that's ironic. You brought up Voltron.
It's a fun little cut.
I was watching that with Zero a while ago because you're watching stuff to go to sleep to, and I just thought about it, man. And I was like, Defender of the Universe? Nigga, that's a pretty big title, dog. How are you alone?
So have you seen the new one, though?
No, I've not seen any of the new one yet. No,
is it good? The new one is really good. The only thing is Voltron is basically John Cena in this, where as he, as he fights, he just kind of figures out, like, that's the thing that they're always, like, learning how to use the lions or whatever.
Okay.
But, it's like every episode he learns a new trick where he's like,
that's dope.
Yeah, I can do this. So it's kind of cool, but it's also like when you played with your friends and like that one kid who never wanted to put anybody else over. So you shoot him, he'd be like, I'm bulletproof. And then you'd be like, all right, well, fire. I'm fireproof. And you'd be like, all right, nigga, God. And you're like, I'm God. Oh, you lucky I can't be God-proof. Like, that's Voltron. But the way they play like the whole, and I don't even know if like geopolitical is the correct terminology because it is like truly the universe that he's defending. Whereas
sweet.
It's like they'll be like, yo, like the Galra Empire is like, they like, dog, we just got one more planet and we rule everything. Like this is like they are assholes. They have everything on lock. And then it's like, hey, did you guys know that Voltron was back? And they're like, Voltron was back? Really? Who's flying it? A ragtag bunch of pilots and misfits who just won't quit.
I guess to even it out.
And so, like, you see, like, this intergalactic war, and it's like the guy that they have in the leader, because Keith is the leader, and he comes in and out, like, it's a lot of turnover, and it makes so much sense. Like, it was like, you know how we talk about the 80s stuff being like toy commercials, which they essentially were.
Right.
But it's like now people like the reboots that we're getting, people want to take our toys and explain them better and give them better backgrounds and be like, no, this actually would make sense if you did it this way. So Voltron is literally defending the entire universe because he dope. Like goes to different planets that are in distress. And he's like, they're like, okay, what's going on? And they're like, the Galra Empire is basically mining us out. The Galra Empire is like shipping our women to other planets. The Galra is like,
them niggas is running amok.
They're at large, and nobody can stand against them but Voltron. Like Voltron is literally defending the universe. So
I'm gonna have to check that
out because it is really good and it moves fast, man. Like you don't want to stop watching them. It's like, especially once you get into like, once you get, I want to say season 1 and then Lotor shows up because, you know, Prince Lotor is basically like, you know, he comes in and he's like, yeah, I'm evil, but I'm not as evil as my pops. And I'm like trying to gain his, he's trying to gain his respect, but then he's also like, but I don't care to do anything his way. So
he's like George Bush Jr.
Anyway, I wouldn't even say it like that because he has his, like, everybody has like these sick motivations in the show too. Like, you be like, man, I don't know if I'm rooting for this nigga to exactly die then. Like, they give you, man, check it out. We'll talk about it later.
I'm okay. That's going to be in a future episode. I got to check that out then.
Yeah, and for that to be Netflix, for the way they did it, man, it was like, yo.
Netflix is cleaning up on the low, dog.
Netflix is really doing it, dog. Like, I started watching that.
They filed for raising their prices, though, but they doing it, dog.
Yeah, they are giving us more content, but man, that's what happened when you start getting close to winning Oscars and shit.
Yeah, I was listening to this podcast and they was talking about like all the stuff they was doing because like Netflix was trying to legitimately make their movies like win our Oscars and all this crap.
Oh yeah, and the Oscars
they working hard against them to like not count them as real movies.
Yeah,
and shit. And I'm like, wow, that junk is real.
We just have the flixies, and that's what everybody gonna be watching for anyway because we don't want to go to the movies. It's very rare.
It's quiet as kept now.
Yeah, it's very rare that I want to take the wife and then the wife and kids to go see something. Like that's a lot of, you know how much Netflix I can buy for
nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean months of Netflix I can pay for with one evening to the movies with my family.
And in that time, how much shit I can watch and consume?
Right.
No, I'm going to see Endgame, and that's probably it for a while.
You guys are not a good value. I saw Us today. It was.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I just don't want to go out and see it.
Yeah, it's very good.
You can't spoil it. I've heard several spoiler casts, and I know like the movie, and I haven't seen that shit. I know everything that's going to happen.
Yeah. It's not just what happens. It's kind of like why it happens, and just like
the symbolism. And all
the
that.
Symbolism is more fun to really look at. Like the plot is kind of, you know, okay, we get what's going to happen. And then, you know, there are twists and turns, and it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. It's Jordan Peele has already
and
given
I've just started watching that shit with my late ass.
Smart he is in Key and Peele. Have you seen any of the dark sketches? That like
okay, it's like a lot of those sketches low key turn dark.
Like, they turn hard. It's a hard turn in some of them. Have you seen
that joke was so good, dog.
Have you seen like the Jazzercise? Dog, what? What? When I saw like when there are people who haven't watched Key and Peele, they're gonna talk about his movies. I'm like, dog, have you seen this sketch? And I show them that sketch.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like he has that complete mastery of comedy to the point that if you know it, the reverse of that junk is pretty much abject horror. And if you can master that, like that's pretty much, because things that make you laugh is comedy. Yes. Things that make you feel uncomfortable and you can't process, it's pretty much horror. Because it's like, that's what me and Capo just think of small stuff that just you couldn't process that would just drive you crazy. And that's all horror is.
It's like if you hear a noise coming from the other room and you just can't find it.
Oh, yeah.
Like you go out your fucking mind. And then it's like, you know, and then you go into another room where it does not sound like it's coming from. You find that it's something squishing a dog toy.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Like the other side of that is the relief and the release and the laughter. But if there's no relief or release,
that junk is just scary. If you can't giggle that junk off of like, oh, it was just a shirt.
Yeah.
Well, I've been hearing a lot of people saying it. Like, I don't know. I guess a lot of people saying they didn't like it. But I guess, like, from what I figured, it was probably going to be symbolic. And I guess a lot of people didn't get the symbolism. Because, like, I heard his interview. And he was saying how it was meant to be deep. And he was dope how he was saying, like, if I make a movie and you watch it and you get everything, you're not going to watch it again. And he was like, to be a good person, you know, good director or producer or whatever, you have to make things to make people go over it. And he said, I'm going to be honest, there's some things you will never figure out. Because if you figure everything out, it loses its mystique.
Yeah, I think that I would go see it. Well, I wouldn't go see it again. I would like to digest it, and like by the time it hits video, I would watch it again to kind of see what I missed and kind of try to pick up on, because there were things I was trying to figure out during the movie that I was just like that. By the end of it, I was just like, that whatever he was trying to convey did go over my head, but there were parts like 11 keeps showing up. And so there's that. But then there's like, it's just like little dope references to it where it's like, look at these windows, look how these windows sit, or look at how these people stand next to each other. Like the part where where the doppelgangers stand at the end of the driveway that they show in the preview, where they're just standing there. They look like 11:11. So it's like, like if you look at the clock and you just imagine 4 people as 11:11, it's like, like they even, it was like a baseball score in the background. They were talking, we're at the bottom of the ninth. It's 11.
That's bananas, like, dog. What kind of game is that?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the steroid league, dog.
These pitchers is getting their shit crunched. Like, damn. Yeah. So, this is pretty fire though, dog. I liked it, and I'm sure if I watched it again, I would like it again. Like, I would find other things about it to like. But yeah, we'll definitely.
Oh yeah, of course, we definitely got to come to that. Well, I guess need to get to the point of the points while we're talking. But I guess, you know what? I'm gonna take a little quick commercial break, and then we'll get to this Avengers real quick. Holla back at y'all. 1 second. My name is Miles Amadeus Prower. I have what I believe is a pretty cool podcast that you probably never heard of. I Black Man Podcast is a view of a white world, seen with the aid of a black light and a little humor to help you cope. So check out the I, Black Man podcast on iTunes and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
This is the
I, Black Man podcast. Offensively black.
A podcast called Fresh. Hey!
Yo, what up? We are back. Podcast called Fresh. This is your Maps. The man, Maps and Bane.
What up, though?
And one thing we wanted to talk about, we was covering that a new Avengers, new team with what is it? Black Panther, Ghost Rider, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man,
Shulky.
and She-Hulk. With the new version of She-Hulk, which I find very interesting. And
you said you already said Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it's a Ghost Rider. I guess Doctor Strange unofficially.
Yeah, that's what I was missing.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. And we haven't finished the whole thing yet, but we're just gonna touch on that a little bit and just maybe might get a movie pitch or two out of here. But y'all, we haven't released part 2, episode 1. That's when we did a lot of mad movie pitches. We had an ill idea for North Star dating movie.
Which that's a deep cut, dude. Like I ain't read a lot of North Star, but like when I did, you know what I mean? Like that was kind of back in the day for me. So to hear North Star get some mention and some love, I was like, oh shit, I'm North Star. Okay. I'm like this with Bill Burrs, like about population control. I've been screaming this forever. Everybody always talk about we need representation. Nigga, North Star, he's been doing it forever. Yeah.
Forever.
I mean, yeah, and I think that we one day should like really have a really, really deep discussion on representation versus pandering.
Oh yeah.
And because it definitely happens. And I mean, by and large, the entire institution of comic books is nothing but a giant pander. But when we start to just change characters just for the hell of it, no. But I am always for creating. I'm more for creating new characters that have, and then when we create new characters that are marginalized people, I really would like them to be a little more 3-dimensional than this is Colossus. He is gay, and he will just be gay throughout this thing. And it's like, okay, yeah, what did he have for breakfast?
Yeah,
gay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you're going to do that, fine, but then let's not make that the only thing that we talk about for this character. Like, I'm sure he has bills. I'm sure you know what I mean? Like,
he has a favorite color.
I'm sure he has a favorite color. Let's not make it pink because that's I think that's weird. Where you
that's so
you know
cliche.
What I mean? Yeah, I don't think that we need to. I'm not necessarily for the changing of a character just for the hell of it.
If it's organic,
I do like some like passing the torch. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind a character passing the torch and then like they get on like that.
As long as it's organic. That's the thing I'm with.
Yeah, I don't like when they reboot and then they decide like, okay, now we're just gonna make this character this way for the reboot. And it's like, well, but why? You know, like,
to what end? And it's like,
you know what I mean? Like we talk about I don't remember. Did you pitch the Black Sentry last time?
Oh no, we did not. I don't believe we did. Nope.
Okay,
go ahead, pitch away, sir.
I'm not going to pitch that because that's all you, and it makes a lot of sense.
I forgot all about that till you just said that. I definitely.
Did you guys cast Blue Marvel?
No, we did not cast Marvel. As far as we got in the one we got, we started talking about the X-Men.
Yeah.
We introduced the X-Men. We said we was going to do that with the X-Men movie is like a flashback.
Yeah.
And like, and then we was like, with the next one, when you introduce them, it would be like in the 80s and stuff, but it would be at the end of that, whatever would happen, Wanda would say no more mutants.
That's why we don't have mutants right now. Yeah.
That's why we don't know about them. So then that would be the reboot of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we was eventually talking about getting with Black Marvel and all that stuff and trying to, like I said, you know, Black Panther, try to get that going. Definitely with that. You was the main one talking about that Namor.
Yeah.
I thought that would be dope for the next villain.
That would be a dope way to reintroduce mutants. Is like, as you know, Namor's a mutant. Surprise, surprise.
The original.
And for him to be beefed out with Black Panther, that would be ill. Like, because of course that would kind of set the table for mutants being a threat. And actually, you know, because I'm sorry, dog. If the first mutant that I met was Psylocke and I just saw her, I'm not going to be threatened by mutants, bro. I'm intrigued.
No, I don't.
I'm intrigued.
No.
I'm in love.
I'm highly intrigued, dog. Like, what's good?
If I meet Storm and she flies up into the air on a snowy day and decides that it's 70 degrees today, I love her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. She's with us. So, there should be like a super threat in order to kind of sour it, to bum everybody else out on mutants. So, you know, Magneto. I guess at the time,
Magneto is too cliche, dog.
But Magneto works for. I was just about to say Magneto works for the '60s.
We also was talking about the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants too. You could give Rogue a spinoff movie with like on some young goth shit. Maybe at the end of her stuff, it'd end up being, you know, she take Captain Marvel's powers, she go in with the X-Men. But back to what you were saying earlier, let me hear him do that. Black Sentry, I thought was a pretty good idea. I think they should, since they're changing people's races, I say make them black. He's the perfect analogy for a black man for everything good thing he does. The Void, aka niggas, messes it up. So it's always evened out. The nigga has mental problems he don't deal with.
He don't tell nobody about.
He don't tell nobody about that junk. He keep it to himself. Only his woman understand him, but she's scared of his ass.
He don't tell her.
They don't want him. They only call him when they need him. There you go. Hell.
Yeah, that's a lot of Blue Marvel too, though.
Oh yeah, Blue Marvel is like, dog. I couldn't even imagine who. I would have had to get like what, the Allstate guy to play Blue Marvel.
I would either him or Michael Jai White, because he's already jacked.
Oh God, Michael Jai. They need to get him to do something, dog. Michael Jai White, he is so underused, dog.
Yeah, I think Michael Jai White, and again, because the way Marvel likes to lean on comedy, Michael Jai White's comedic timing is impeccable.
Dog,
is just as good as his martial arts timing. Like, he's razor sharp on both. And so for him to just kind of come in and be able to, he wouldn't even have to do a whole lot physically. I mean, he can if you want him to. He can do his own sketches. I mean, he can do his own fight choreography. He can do his own whatever.
Off top.
So, he's an accomplished martial artist, obviously. But he's super funny.
Like, in the perfect world, a younger him would be Luke Cage. Yeah. I can see him saying Sweet Christmas.
Hell yeah, he would say Sweet Christmas. Like, with that voice, with that Black Dynamite voice too. Like, the nigga wrote Black Dynamite. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, don't sleep on him. So Michael Jai White is that guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's that funny that he could write.
Could you imagine him and Fury, nigga?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, you could just have him talk shit all day. That joke would be awesome, dog.
Now we need a Blue Marvel movie where it's Michael Jai White and Samuel L. Jackson.
Blue Marvel, that would be too ill. But then when they do Blue Marvel, you got to do the Ultimates, which I think would be dope. They could do Old Girl Miss America, who I low-key is dope, think is dope, and she's Mexican and she's gay. There you go.
Right.
Organic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if that character is there, you know what I mean? Like, let's do it. When we talking about Avengers?
We talking about the Avengers, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess with the team, what you think of the team, man? The lineup from the little bit that you was able to read.
I think they got a hell of a squad, and I think that, like, starting them off against Celestials is about the only way you can make them look like underdogs, like Celestials and Loki. So it's like. And it's not even like the Celestials; it's like the Monstars of the Celestials. So it's
the dream team of Celestials.
Yeah. So the first thing, they're up against insurmountable odds. Check. Plucky bunch of, the last guys left. Check with everybody coming back in with Tony and I was about to say Chris Evans. Tony.
He's done his job. If you can say
Tony,
that.
Steve, right. He has. He's been giving Trump shit. Right. He's been giving Trump shit, though. That's so hilarious. And Marvel's been like, yeah, that's our guy.
In true Captain Marvel, it was true Captain America fashion.
That's the thing I just want to get out that people don't get about Cap. It's like the running joke on the internet from a bunch of people who've never read any Captain America seem to think that he would be on some MAGA shit. And it's like, fam, he beat up the U.S. government when they told him to go and bring his friends in. Like, that was literally his argument. Like, you want me to go help you hunt down my friends and bring them in here while they're trying to help people. I'm probably going to beat y'all ass in this elevator.
Hey, oh yeah. No. Hey, and let me say this though. Kudos to this nigga Bane here, because before I met him, my pro-black ass was not reading Captain America. Shit, I thought that was the corniest nigga ever. So not only this nigga pieced me up with this nigga in Marvel vs. Capcom, the nigga had dropped some shit.
Yeah, Cap really. That was the thing, because Cap is not just some. I mean, he's a soldier, but at the same time, he's a soldier that's like, why are we doing this? And if you can't give him a good enough reason, or at least a good enough lie, he ain't gonna do it. Like, he'll be like, and he won't swear at you about it. He'll like, well, it was in the Civil War books, and he catches the guy. He jumps on the plane.
No swearing, boy. Swearing, boy.
He jumps on the plane, and the guy says, "Jesus Christ!" He says,
"I like that
watch
whole
the potty mouth, son."
Yeah. That's the thing I love about Cap. He told them, listen, I realize all of you are doing your jobs, but if you fire on me, with all due respect, I'm about to piece y'all asses up.
Dog, I am really good at fighting, and you guys probably don't have a chance of taking me down. Anybody who wants to not do this, I understand.
Don't make me hurt you.
It's understandable if you don't want to fight a super soldier in a very enclosed space.
Think of your family. He's like, I'm telling you, did he convince to whoop? That's like the thing I liked about Cap. And I think, I think they kind of brought out in the Avengers and stuff with the movies and stuff. It's like Cap, he's like Optimus Prime. I never liked Optimus Prime, but I'm like, I have no real reason not to like him other than the fact I just don't like him. He's like the kind of nigga, I think, like if something was to happen, like on some Optimus Prime shit, if like Megatron, they found out they took his mama's hostage, Optimus would save that nigga's mom or something. And like you, like Captain America is cool. Like, dog, we over here killing Nazis, right? Yeah, let's kill some Nazis, dog. He's not like trying to talk no joke. He putting people down.
Yeah. See, that's my thing. There's a time and a place for everything with your character. Your character cannot be, I mean, like, I love Batman. But sometimes killing the Joker would go a long way.
that is the debate, dog. Like, because at some point, you can't rehabilitate the Joker.
Killing the Joker, dog. He's proven that he can't be rehabilitated. So, except for in White Knight, which was. You read White Knight?
I still haven't got around to it, man. I'm working on that, and I got all of Saga now. So I gotta.
I'm about to put all of my fingertips in one bunch and then kiss them. It's so good. White Knight is so good. With the Joker, for anybody who hasn't read it or would like to know what White Knight is about, the Joker takes a bunch of drugs and is rehabilitated. So, like, they balance him out, and he's fine. Like his levels, his chemical
he has to take them like consistently, or on just
There was like a cocktail of some sort that was like prescribed, and he ended up like taking them I forget why he agreed to, or if he agreed to do it. Something happened where he ends up leveling out, and he he starts to go over his cases, and he sues Gotham because it's like, yo, I was really mentally out of it, dog. Like,
on the low, he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, yo, I'm not well, or you know what I'm saying, I have not been well, and yeah, and this is me oversimplifying because I don't want to take anything. I don't take the piss out of anything. Right. But there are a lot of really good lines in that part. And he ends up suing Gotham and winning. And he also basically he doesn't so much out Batman as much as he almost like sues Batman into like being a better Batman. And he ends up using the law better than Batman, to where it's like, well, if you would have been doing it this way a long time ago, we could have chopped down a lot of this illegal activity a long time ago. Like, it's a lot of the stuff that people call Batman out about, like going and like putting on armor and beating up poor people all night, where the Joker kind of tells like it's to an extent. But I'll let you get to that.
Speaking of Joker, it's funny. I was talking to somebody on Facebook and stuff, and about this new what's this Birds of Prey movie coming out. And have you seen the new pictures? They got a Joker and Harley. I guess Joker's throwing her stuff out of a window of a house or something.
No.
And I was pissed when I saw it, and they was like, why? And I was like, why would Joker live in a house? And they were like, where do you think he lives? I was like, no, penthouse maybe, warehouse I can see that. Yeah. Random place, yeah. That's the only way Joker would live in a house is like if he gassed the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just can't see him throwing her stuff out the window.
What's the gag? What's the gag?
Yeah, what's the gag? What's That's funny about it?
Yeah. What's again, that is that Jordan Peele thing. What's the horrible thing that he did that he finds a joke in, that we're supposed to laugh at as an audience, like even if it's uncomfortably? A house, nah.
It's everything's to a means to an end.
Yeah. And we could be, but we are also on that level of, where we where we look for it, where we look for the thing that we're supposed to get. So, a lot of people, they make a lot of movies for people who just want to turn their brains off and sit there and watch some cool colors.
I get it. That's like,
and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with cool colors. Cool colors are cool. But, we are, even our 66 Batman or our 60s Batman had a level of art to it.
And I was just talking about it in the last episode of Our Black Man, man. We was talking about how we used to stay up late night and watch that shit. Nigga said, "Get away, Rocket."
That nigga had a sign on it.
Not to be confused with the rocket for attacking.
No, this is not. I'm not using this rocket for offense. This is me. I strictly needed to get out of here. So don't hold this against me. I'm just trying to bounce
with handlebars because so you can stay on the rocket.
As soon as you said handlebars, I imagine the rest of the rocket. Dog.
We're not about to get to why would you choose a rocket to travel?
How did you test this? Anyway, dog. Damn. All right. Gotta get back onto it. See, man, we'll be jumping too many.
Hey, it's cool. We was talking about the Avengers and basically with this overpowered team and them fighting Celestials and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to get to the point that you wanted me to get to. She-Hulk.
Yes.
She's very savage. She's really trying to fight the Hulk within her. I grew up on Sensational She-Hulk, and I understand that there's, I think this is kind of more of a throwback before Sensational to Savage She-Hulk, where, I forget what used to be her trigger, in the early days. But she grows gigantic and she's really savage, and her speech is, whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't like it. I don't care for it. Only because, again, I grew up on Sensational. breaking the fourth wall, being Deadpool before Deadpool. And I don't necessarily want her to break the fourth wall in this story. Like I do, I get it, but I think there's room for a regular She-Hulk to be like kicking ass and then literally taking the names. And I don't know. That's we talk about like rebooting and recasting and reworking characters. I don't know. That's not for me.
Yeah.
But I guess, you gotta have a big brainless brute in there somewhere.
Yeah, I guess since they got rid of Hulk, she had to be Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think we need her to not be clever. Like, even if you want her to grow and like be super jacked and all that, which again, I don't care for that, but I liked it when sorry. Chauvinist pig at this point. I like it when she was just tall, slim, and hot, and funny, and still strong.
It was bad as hell. It was not oblivious to it.
Right. She knew she was bad, and she was tearing tanks in half. Like all of that. I don't need her to, be. You know what? I can flip this. She's the only female on the team, and she's
no. It's another female, Ms. Marvel. Oh, Captain Marvel.
Right,
I'm sorry.
right. Captain Marvel.
Don't sell her short.
Right. Does she not hop in and out as much, or does she stick around? Because I'm not. You know what I mean? Because when in this first arc that we get with the Celestial, she's kind of like auxiliary, where she's like, I'm working on it, and then she'll like come back and then do something. But yeah, so. I guess.
Well, I don't know. Well, as far as for me and how I feel about it, She-Hulk or whatever, I'm going to say it after this break. We'll be right back.
This concludes the first part of this episode.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. This has been a Hyphen Podcast Network production.
They're the bestest. I'm getting paid an exposure.
It's like sound advice or whatever. It's like comics, conventions, and cosplay, or whatever. It's like ladies' night, or whatever. It's like wrestling, or whatever. It's like parenting, or whatever. It's like anime, or whatever. It's like spiritual warfare, or whatever. It's like great friends, awesome people, coming around doing what we do best. Or whatever. You should watch, listen, and follow. Or whatever. It's like a podcast or whatever.